Morning everyone, it's Sunday, November 6th. We got quite a bit of rain last night, which was really nice. Not enough to make any difference in the pond, but either way, we got pretty good rain. Waiting on the guys to show up to finish the barn. They said they will 100% be done probably midday today, but that depends on when they show up. So since they're not here, we got Emily on the forklift. She's moving logs over towards her beehive area. Noisy. So she's moving logs over to here where she's gonna have her beehive. So what those logs are gonna be for is we're gonna build another kind of like a raised bed, but not really a raised bed. But just like we did over here with blackberries and blueberries, where we outlined a little garden area or bush bed. So we're gonna do that same thing with those logs. So what she's gonna have to do is strip down the wood or the bark, because the bark's kind of what hold the bugs in, is our understanding. I don't know. But we're basically gonna do this, fill it up with gravel, obviously put down a sub layer, but fill it up with gravel. We got some really big 24 by 24 concrete pavers. That's what the beehives are gonna sit on. Her bees are due to arrive, I think March or April, but we gotta get everything ready for that, which we got plenty of time, but it's one of the projects she's excited to work on. But other than that, waiting on the guys to show up, finish the barn. We'll see what else we get into today. So what we're gonna do is I put up a bat house, but the bat house hasn't attracted any bats yet. Might take a little while. I know it's loud, but that's because I'm riding shotgun on the forklift. Anyways, we're gonna use the lift to raise me up about 20 feet to take down the bat house. Then we're gonna put it back up on this live oak over here. So, since we got it, it just makes life a lot easier. Here we are at the bee area, barn off in the distance. Guys finishing up. They've been here an hour and a half by now. So they're moving right along. Tractor's going through a regen mode. Again, tractor's a whole nother video if we wanted to, but it's going through a regen thing, so that's why it's idling so high, and you can't shut it off while it's doing it, so that's why it's doing that. Emily's over here looking like she's in the pioneer days. She's stripping the bark off of these pine logs. These are sawhorses that she built out of leftover wood from our neighbor Wes's project. So they're holding up a pretty substantial log, but basically she's got to strip the bark off of these things so that cuts down on the rot and the bugs. That's what we did to the logs over there at the blueberry and blackberry bush area. But we're gonna build the same type of box. So back up, hopefully I don't fall. But basically same kind of box back here. She's worked a lot to box blade this, still has to box blade a little bit more. Again, we got a lot of rain, so it's really muddy out here. And the great big forklift thing, the tire, sank right there because that's where the tree stump was that I was working on the other day. So that great big machine helped pack that hole down. So I also gotta go get a bucket of dirt. I'm gonna dump a bucket of dirt here while she's here shaving the logs. She shaves her legs the same way too. Just kidding. So here we go. I think they're finally doing the ridge vent on the roof, which is the final piece to go on. They've got all the trim done. I think they got to do a final walkthrough, but this is the last couple pieces. Emily's got the drone flying right there. just sitting here enjoying the final step. After they make sure all their stuff's good and they're cleared out, we're gonna back our trailer full of all of our stuff in here and start unloading everything. I gotta go back to Lowe's and get some lumber, but other than that, this is the final step. And then we'll do a walkthrough before we junk it all up with all of our stuff. Again, the guys are over there. They're actually leaf blowing off the roof to get any kind of metal shavings off there, which I think is awesome. And then they've taken a magnet all the way around it, gotten up any shavings, extra screws. I'm sure we'll still find screws. I mean, it happens. But the guy's also double checking. If there's any missing, he's just going line by line, making sure they're all done over there. But cool view from the storm ditch, which again, we had quite a bit of rain last night, which was great. Culvert or storm ditch, whatever, culvert and storm ditch, all looks really good. We had a significant amount of rain, like I just said. You can see that kind of dipped down in there a little bit and washed down, which is normal and to be expected. But to give you an idea of the amount of rain, is you can see that washout right there. So it'll take quite a bit of water to do that. So really the low spots aren't full of water. So we weren't here last night because I think it started raining around midnight. But obviously storm ditch worked. Still got to have like a major like tropical storm or something come through to see how well it does, but held up really good in my opinion. There we go. Looks pretty good. So like I said, they're about ready to finish up. We're gonna unload the trailer, probably run to Lowe's to get more lumber. And that'll probably be the end of our day, most likely here at Emily and Quinn's Deer Run Farm.